My name is Karen Wentworth, and I've been teaching here at Villa Montessori since 2005. I began my Montessori career in Portland, Oregon with the AMI training in 1997. So I've been teaching Montessori for 23 years now. Originally I taught for a year in Portland, and then I moved to Switzerland and taught Montessori there for 6 years before moving back to the States. I have two girls that have gone through Villa as well. My first started in the toddler program and completed 8th grade, and she's now a senior in high school, graduating. And my second daughter started in the primary classroom at age 3 and is going to be going into the 4th grade now. Today I'm going to talk to you about math in the primary classroom.
Montessori and the mathematical mind. The 4 characteristics of the mathematical mind are order, the child making order out of chaos; curiosity, pushes the child to explore; the drive to discover relationships, object to object, object to human, human to human; and the emerging power of abstraction. Math is the language of quantities. Because math is presented sensorially, the child is able to see each of the processes happening and not just the symbols being switched. Montessori takes the abstract and materializes it. Materialized abstractions. The Montessori way is unique because of the concrete approach, or the sensorial approach. It gives an orderly progression and acknowledges the mathematical mind. The organization of the work is important so that the child is getting the information in an order that can be helpful in learning. 0 to 10 work is first. The general progression is followed in presenting new abstractions as follows. 1. Introduction to the concrete. This is done through materials such as the number rods and is related to language. The child can discover what a number is because of the way the rods are counted and the colored sections. One can see how the numbers are related. Then we introduce the symbols, and this is given with language, such as the sandpaper numbers. Then the association of the concrete with the symbols can be given with the language being the link between the two. We then show the number rods with the cards. Then the child has practice time where other work is given, but uses the same concepts, such as the spindle boxes and the cards and counters. When the child has had much practice, it is test time. This verifies for the child that it's time to move on. Here the children can play the number memory game. This is looking for quantities throughout the classroom to match number symbols that they have in a game. When the child has had much practice, it is test time. The decimal system work is next. Here we have the introduction to the decimal system with the golden beads, and then the cards. The two are then put together with the formation of numbers. It becomes clear why each category needs only have up to 9 in it. Because math is presented sensorially, the child is able to see each of the processes happening and not just the symbols being switched. This work continues with the golden beads in the change game, and then on to addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and even on to long division. Simultaneously, work with the stamp game can begin, and word problems are at the end to allow the child to test himself in all 4 operations. Linear counting work. Teens and tens give the children a chance to learn the vocabulary for teens and the continuous counting, as well as skip counting when the child uses the short and long chains. In the memorization work, other works such as the snake game and the addition strip board for addition, the subtraction snake game and the subtraction strip board for subtraction, the multiplication bead board and the multiplication bead bars for multiplication, and the unit division board for division allows the child much practice time. This final progression is the passage to abstraction. The child takes the final steps to being free of materials and using the information in their head to draw out the answer. Here the child encounters works that will be seen in the elementary classrooms as well. The small bead frame, wooden hierarchy material, large bead frames, racks and tubes, and fractions. To bring time into the classroom, and as the child begins to show an understanding with yesterday and long ago, we begin to introduce the future. We use both the calendar and the clock in a series of presentations.